We have a lot of commercials coming out, we have music videos, and we have some new things coming out that I'm really excited for. I'm Mr. Joshbox, and this is the AKB48 group news of the week. Now, if this is your first time watching, you can always know what section you're on the top right of the screen, and it tells you whether you're in 48, graduated, or 46 section of the video. So let's start off with something cool if you're going to Japan, and that's actually the AKB48 Cafe is having new food items. And if you've gone there, I have heard that the food is not the best, and especially for the price it's worth. Looking at the new items that are there, it looks like there's a lot of noodles, like spaghetti there. There's going to be a couple Dons on there. There's going to be like a hamburger thing on there. I mean, can you really mess up a hamburger that bad? Well, it is the AKB48 Cafe, so let's just see how that goes. If I were to go, I'd probably like try a dessert maybe. I wouldn't want to risk my stomach trying like a real food item. That's probably what I would go safe with. I'd probably go with Yokoyama Yui's. If you guys have gone there, please tell me if the food really is as bad as they say. Next up is with SKE48 that's going to hold their own solo concert. Now this solo concert will happen in Nagoya, of course, and it will be on November 12th. So you can always go and try to get your own tickets for the Nagoya Congress Center, again, November 12th. But speaking of SKE48, actually 7 of their Kenkyusei's actually got promoted. They are members Aikawa Horoka, who got to Team E, Inoue Ruka, who went to Team S, Kataoka Narumi, who went to K2, Kitagawa Yoshino, who went to Team S, Sato Kaho, who went to Team E, Nomura Miyu, who went to Team S, and Yahagi I almost had that in a row. Yahagi Yukina in Team K2. They have been promoted now, so congratulations. If you are familiar with these members, let me know their special attributes and what sticks out about them, or what you like about them down in the comments below. Next up is about Watanabe Mayu, who is, again, as we know, graduating, but now we have the set concert. Well, actually set this time, and it will be the 31st of October. Hopefully it's a Halloween kind of mix in, because again, it is October 31st. And I'll be having at the Saitama Super Arena, and the tickets are actually, let's see, it's $88, or I'm estimating it's $88 for both reserved and family seats, but for premium seats, that's $300. So if you want to shell out for your Oshiman, you better get those $300 tickets. And I mean, they're already reselling and they're already worth a lot. So good luck getting your hands on those. And I do want to mention that the concert title is actually May Everyone's Dream Come True. It's a very nice title. Next up, we're going to talk about Kato Rena, who makes her debut at an actual stage play. Now, I'm not sure if she will actually play the main character, but the stage play is about a woman who is a sex addict and tries to live a normal life. So that does sound a little bit interesting. I don't know if she'll play the main character or not, but that's what the stage play is about, so we'll see what kind of character she plays. Maybe it's like a super minor character, and I mean, it is her stage debut and they do kind of like announce it, so maybe she's like a side character. They'll be at the Galaxy Theater in Tokyo from the 18th to 28th of January. Next up is the blast of Yamamoto Sayaka, who has 3 things I want to talk about. The first one is her album that came out. Her second album actually got some pretty good sales on it. And I say pretty good because I'm comparing it to someone else I talked about last week's sales. But again, this is a current member and she is a pretty popular member. So yes, so with 23,569 copies, it reached 2nd place in the album. I mean, that's still pretty good. I mean, you can't really complain when you get those numbers. I mean, getting even 1 sold is still an accomplishment. But we also have her in a new commercial for JT, which is Japan Tobacco. And that is her singing a song, but during the commercial, she's singing and all of a sudden you see hairy hands start playing the piano, and I'm like, does she really have that hairy hands? But it turns out to be someone else. Maybe that could have been fixed a little in the editing, because it did seem like she did have hairy hands. And also something else I want to say about the editing. Now I know the real reason why during editing infomercials or like company videos that I've done before, why the picture has to move while they're in the video, because if it's just still like it was in this commercial, then it gets pretty boring pretty fast. But nonetheless, good singing, and it's Yamamoto Sayaka, so you should check it out in the link below. But something else she's in that you can check out on YouTube is actually her on Akari's YouTube channel, you know, the NMB member who has a YouTube channel and it's fairly big. But yes, it is her applying her everyday makeup. And as expected of Yamamoto Sayaka, she doesn't have to apply a lot of toning on her face because she has those awesome cheekbones. Next up is another commercial. This time it's not Yamamoto Sayaka. We got off that train. Now we go into someone from NGT, and that's Honma Hinata, who is in a commercial for rice. It is for Koshihikari rice, and the commercial itself is pretty nice. We have her looking for the bed of her truck and then sitting down on it, and then it's pretty much like the whole environment of the place where the rice grows, how it is during the winter, fall, spring, summer, all of the seasons, and how it varies and how they still grow the rice. So yes, as Niigata is known for the rice, I imagine this is a pretty big deal for her. I mean, it's a big deal to be in a commercial in general, but for this kind of commercial, I imagine it's even a bigger deal. But another NGT48 member who's in the news recently is Ogi no Yuka, who actually started her Twitter, so go ahead and find the link down below to follow her and see what she'll come up with. And last bit of news is 227, which is the idol group I talked about last week with Sally and her showrooms that international people are going crazy, and now it's even spreading to anime fans. Well, they actually released their single onto iTunes in America and actually made a Vivo channel just for the international people. So go ahead and check those out down below. Support them on iTunes to show that the international community is here, and hopefully Sony can finally let us watch Nogizaka Keyakizaka internationally. Now let's move on to the graduated section, where I will be talking about Shimazaki Haruka and the new TV show she's in. Now I've talked about the TV show before, but now there is actually a trailer for it. Now it doesn't appear that she's a lot in the trailer, but the few minutes she's in there, it looks like she's like the type that like eats a lot of candy and then she hacks still, kind of like the stereotypical hacker. So yes, if you're interested in that, you can watch that down below. But something else she's in is in a brand new commercial for that lottery thing that we talked about like a couple months ago. And that is for Jumbo, and this time it's for the Halloween edition. It's her wearing a very cute pumpkin outfit with the samurai guy, and she talks to a dog. It's very cute. It's a very cute commercial, and even the making of is really cute. I mean, she goes to talk to the dog, she goes talks to these two little foreign white girls, and it's a really cute making of. I really recommend watching both, and the link down below will actually be the commercial and the making of. But the next person I will talk about is Maya Atsuko, who has been in commercials, as I've talked about before, for that energy drink. It's called Lipo Vitan, and there's a new flavor, so she's promoting it. It's peach and grapefruit. That doesn't sound too bad. I've heard definitely worse. So go ahead and check that out down on the link below, the websites, to see more pictures of her drinking the drink. But something else she's in is in a brand new movie, and looking at the trailer, which you can see down below, it doesn't look like she'll play that big of a role. It looks like she'll be one of the side characters' side character. I mean, hopefully it isn't as bad as she was in Godzilla, but hopefully, again, she gets a little bit more acting. In the trailer, you see that she mainly just reacts. There's nothing really concrete about what she's doing for the movie. So yeah, the movie doesn't look horrible, so you can go ahead and check that out down below. And next up is someone who we rarely talk about, even though we probably should more, and that's Shinoda Mariko. And that is that she will star in a stage play called Unfair, starting in February all the way to March of 2018. It'll be the 22nd of February to the 4th of March, so I guess it isn't that big of a gap, but it still is like a couple weeks. Okay, so it's like a week and a half, but still, it is still a stage play that she's participating in. But in the stage play, she will actually play the main heroine. So you could go ahead and check that out at the Galaxy Theater once again in Tokyo during the times that I mentioned, the 22nd of February and the 4th of March. In between those days. Did I get that right? I got that right. And next up, I'm going to talk about another member, and that is someone who's releasing a photo book, which I've talked about before, but this time there's a cover, and I have to say, I'm not sure if I should put this up on the screen or not. Well, this is for Nagao Maria, and if you look in the description, you can see for yourself the different covers there are, because there's a regular cover, and there's an Amazon exclusive cover, and trust me, the Amazon exclusive one is way more lenient. In fact, I'll put that one instead, and you'll be able to see that. Trust me, the other one is way more risque. But yes, that comes out October 26th, and I'll probably pick that up when I go to Japan. If it's not November, then February-ish. So you can look forward to that photo book critique. And that does it for the graduated section. Let's go to the 46. First up, we got Keyakizaka46's 5th single that is actually had its cover revealed. Now, as you see it flashing through the screen, you can actually see that there's 5 different covers, and it generally has the same theme, just like the music video. And although I don't know if I like the little black on the top and the bottom, I think they're trying to go for that filmic look. And I mean, looking through all the covers, it's actually very filmic in the way they present it. I mean, look at them, it could be straight from a movie, but I do have to mention that these are not my favorites. There are a couple that I do really like, but generally these aren't my favorites. I personally like C because it looks a little bit more set up and more of a photo. The other ones again look like a still from a movie. Although B does kind of look a little bit like a photo, but in this case it looks a little bit too much like a photo with all the very strict posing that they have with them. Meanwhile, C looks like it's posed, but it's a little bit more natural. But my all-time favorite is the regular edition, and I just really like how everything is set up, how the way the angle is, the colors in the photo, and the way that everyone's posed, kind of giving everyone their own little spotlight. It keeps things very interesting, and I don't know, I just like it a lot. I do have to say that it's one of my favorites from Keyakizaka's album covers. But something else that Keyakizaka revealed is a music video for the 5th single. And looking at it, man, I'm just so glad that Techi is smiling again, and we get to see her smile. Maybe all she needed was a haircut. Maybe she was wearing a wig and was just like frowning all the time and was looking down because she didn't want it to fall down or something. So with this, it's a cool style, and at the end we kind of get like symbology, she's being lifted up. But then we also get the bird symbology that every music video has had. So maybe this is like a dream from last music video. It could be a lot of stuff, but I imagine that the logical next step for them would be to release a darker single next time. So we just have to wait to see what the next single is. This single's pretty cool. Like I said before, it's pretty head bopping. But they are not the only ones who revealed a new music video. Actually, Nogizaka revealed one with their Undergirls members and their 3rd gens. And first off, I'll talk about the 3rd gen since that one did come out first. And something that stuck out to me right from the beginning was the colors they used in the music video. Now, I'm not talking about the ones they use in real life. I'm talking about the post-production colors that they used to color grade it. I don't know, it's some really weird magenta colors, and I'm not sure if it looks right. And what makes it look even weirder is that there's weird color aberrations that, with the magenta lighting, it's really showing off those edges that don't look that good. But I do have to say that dancing at the end was really enjoyable, although I'm not too sure how I feel about that giant robot at the end. It was kind of out of nowhere. I mean, I know they showed a little bit of technology in the music video, but then at the end a giant robot comes out and teleports them. Hopefully we get a sequel to this and we get to see what happens of that. And next up we get the other music video, which is called Boku no Shoudo, which is actually with the Undergirl members, and I have to say the center, Higuchi Hina, really stands out from everyone else. I mean, it's like there's a halo around her. That's how much she stands out, because she looks really good in the music video. I mean, she looks really good in general, but music video, she looks really good, and everyone else kind of just blends in the background compared to her. I also wish that the water gun fight at the end of the music video was actually part of the music video, maybe the end of the music video. It seemed like a lot of fun, and I feel like it would have added something to the music video. And something else that Nogizaka46 is going to release is a special magazine. And this is to celebrate the Tokyo Dome accomplishment that they're going to do, and it's called Nintendo 64. Oh wait, it's N46 mode. But yes, this is a fashion magazine, and it will include Ito Marika and Hime-tan, the girls who are going to graduate soon. Oh, did I just spoil something from the future? Yes, you heard that right. Ito Marika will be graduating soon. But the reason I don't sound so sad is because Ito Marika has a bright future ahead of her. I mean, she's released that commercial and she's part of that app now. And plus she just recently did that exhibition. I mean, going into the designer field that she wants to go into, I think she's already set up, and this is pretty much a good moment than ever before to actually go and do it and pursue it full time. And I mean, she's gonna graduate pretty soon. I mean, it is this year that she's going to graduate, and we're pretty much at October already. So I mean, she's pretty much planning to be like, okay, let me just finish up my activities and then just go full on going with my career, which is super cool to see. I mean, not cool that she's leaving Nogizaka, but cool that she's pursuing her own goals. I mean, that's what an idol is, right? To see them grow up and then eventually become something they wanted to become, and she wanted to become a designer, so here she is accomplishing her goals. But moving on from that news, some other goals that I've wanted and that other people wanted and the members have wanted is more photo books from Nogizaka. Yes, my wallet. But the members who will be releasing them, yes, you heard members with an S, because there are in fact 4 members that will get photo books. That is Wakatsuki Yumi, Sayuringo, that is Hori Miona, and Shinichi Mai. Remember, there is Yorayuki that is coming out with their photo book, and I haven't heard anything about Kitano's photo book. I mean, they announced it a while ago, and the guy said, hey, I'm gonna keep on trying for Yoda's and Kitano's, but we haven't heard anything about Kitano's, so I'm not sure what's the problem with that one. But hey, we got 4 new members and 1 leftover member that's in 3rd gen, which is pretty cool, and 2 of these members are 2nd gens, and the other 2 are 1st gens, so I guess everyone's happy. But here's some cool information about the photo books and where they were shot. Wakatsuki Yumi was at Thailand, we have Shinichi Mai who was at Spain, we have Hori Miona who was in the USA, who was actually shot by the same person who did Shirashi Mai's photo book and Mayu's photo book. And we have Matsumura Sayori who was at Hawaii. And that's really cool because hopefully in the photo books we get to see a little bit more about the locations and the environments they're in, rather than them just super close and it be shot anywhere. But yes, that will come out for Wakatsuki 7th of November. For Shinichi Mai, it will come out 14th of November. Hori Miona 24th of November. Yorayuki the 28th of November. And we have Matsumura Sayori at 12th of December. That's like 1 week, just every single week, except for like around December. But every single week, we get to see a new photo book. I'm gonna get, it's gonna cost so much. And it's not gonna cost a lot because of photo books are fairly cheap. The thing that's gonna cost a lot is that shipping over here. So again, if I go to Japan in November, hopefully I can pick up some of these for cheaper. But that all depends on Tokyo Dome. Come on, my birthday wish was for me to get day 2 Tokyo Dome tickets. I can't be greedy and ask for 2 days, but I will ask for day 2. And by the way, there was a funny tweet that boy did about Maijun's preview pictures. I mean, if we don't get at least 1 OL photo shoot in there, then I'll be really disappointed. But something else cool that's coming out is Nogi Bingo 9, which is coming out the 16th of October. So that's fairly soon. That's around 2 weeks. So yes, I can't wait for that. Hopefully they bring a little bit more of that classic variety in order to like see how the 1st gens versus the 2nd gens and the 3rd gens all mesh together, and actually like maybe they'll make it like everyone tries to synchronize with each other or teamwork, as opposed to where Keyakizaka was a little bit more about battling. And next up, talking about the 3rd gens, we actually have their stage play pictures up. I've already talked about this before, so I'll just show like 1 or 2 pictures just to see how exactly they look. It's fairly interesting to see how they look, and it's a little bit more traditional. And again, that is from the 6th of October, which is starting now, to the 15th. Or it has started already, I mean. Japan, America time, it's all different. But next up, we got the double feature. I did like the hashtag thing. Next up, we got the double feature with Saito Asuka, because first of all, she is in a new commercial for Snickers. It's one of those commercials where, you know, if you don't eat, you're not who you really are. And she was Saito Asuka when she didn't eat and then turned into a guy when he finally ate. If somebody could translate that so I could figure out why you want him on to be Saito Asuka, please let me know what she said while she was in that version. And the link for that is down below, as well as the making of. And the second thing that Saito Asuka is in, she is in the lead role for a brand new movie. And that movie is called You Are the Apple of My Eye, and it is actually a Taiwanese movie that's remade here. And apparently it made a lot of money and it was really big hit. So her being in the Japanese remake of that is actually fairly big news, seeing her being the starring role. So definitely look forward to that. That will come out in autumn of 2018. And that does it for this week's show. I actually did record the photo book critique of Yuria's photo book, so you can look forward to that in the coming days. I just have to edit it together, and those photo book critiques usually take a little bit longer than these weekly news videos to edit. So again, look forward to that. You can go ahead and know when that comes out by subscribing, and you can go ahead and share this video to people who want to know the news of AKB, Sakamichi, generally anyone who's interested in that field, or you want to introduce them a little bit slowly to what this is all about. Again, if you are new, please, I recommend you watch the variety shows. That is definitely the quickest way to get into them, not only learning about the members themselves, but also about the whole culture and what they are about, as well as laugh at some funny girls doing funny stuff. So just go ahead and like the video and leave down in the comments what I talked about before in the video and anything that you want to comment about. And as I say every week, thank you all for watching.